The leadership change at the helm of one of Jamaica's most powerful financial institutions, the Scotiabank Group, was seamless and to all intents and purposes a success. Since September 1, Jamaican accountant Mrs. Jacqueline Sharpe has been president and CEO of Scotiabank Group Jamaica, and being the first woman to head the bank in Jamaica wasn't just symbolic. I caught up with her at Scotiabank's September quarterly investor briefing. Mrs. Sharpe and her predecessor Bruce Bowen had interesting things to say about succession planning as well as emotional intelligence. The whole issue of succession planning is very important in any successful business organization. I've seen it at the Grace Kennedy Group, with Butch Stewart and others, and now Scotia has done a seamless succession planning thing. How was it?
Well, it was great. I mean, Scotia has always had as one of their strategic priorities leadership and talent development. And particularly in the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years, there has been increased emphasis on that. And one of the things that really worked for us is when persons take on new assignments across the group, moving into different business lines, moving into different areas that are outside of their expertise. And what that does is it builds your knowledge base across a wider base. So, for example, in my case, I started in treasury, went into finance, started up private banking, which was a whole new area for me, and then moved into head up the life insurance company, which is another whole new area, before becoming the group CFO and chief administrative officer. And so if you look at that history, I got a wide breadth of experience, and learned a lot of new skills and learned new industries through that process. And that's how we do it at Scotiabank in terms of preparing persons to take on more senior roles as they grow in their career.
No, I notice your fluency in your delivery, and it's as if you're a veteran in the business.
Well, across all the different jobs, I've had to step up in that area, and the experience has been phenomenal. And of course, leading teams. We have an exceptional team at Scotia across all the different business lines, and you get very motivated when you see their commitment and their dynamism and their loyalty to the organization. And that's very encouraging, and that has helped me, and I've learned from that experience throughout the organization as well.
All the big business leaders, the successful business leaders I've interviewed over the years, display a common thread, and that's emotional intelligence. How important do you feel that is in your current leadership role?
It's extremely important, and even more so, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with people, and people have to get motivated and engaged in order to execute, and not just in businesses, in government, in the public sector, etc. And so, emotional intelligence is extremely important. Understanding people's concerns, being able to address them. Being able to connect with people and get them committed and aligned with your vision is extremely important. Canadian national Bruce Bowen, former CEO and president of Scotiabank Jamaica, has now moved on to a regional position as senior vice president for the Caribbean. He no doubt played a major role in preparing Jackie for Scotiabank's top job in Jamaica. Succession planning is usually a good part of the equation in all the successful businesses I've experienced in Jamaica. How did this process go? Well, first of all, congratulations, because it was seamless. But what were the elements involved in this succession planning that landed Jackie Sharpe as the first female to head the bank in Jamaica? And it doesn't seem to be symbolic, because she is indeed sharp.
Exactly. I mean, any large organization, you're right, leadership is key. And we believe we follow a very detailed process. We, once a year on a regional basis, spend a full day and look at where's our top talent. We do it on a country basis, and each one of our subsidiaries does it. And the key is identifying people with potential. Jackie Sharpe is a perfect example. She joined in Treasury, and she was asked to then, out of Treasury, set up our first private banking operation, did that, and then was asked to run a life insurance company, completely different business with its own sales force, and it wasn't the bank's normal core business, then come over and be CFO, and then we added responsibility for broader administration. And after that, you say, here's someone who's been able to excel in a variety of different areas.
An enlightened approach to management. Good managers don't feel threatened by bright people. They encourage them. In Bruce Bowen's case, his succession planning strategies landed Jackie Sharpe a bigger job, and he benefited too. That's today's edition of The Achievers. We trust you found it enlightening. I'm Owen James.